The subject for today is the difference between the God of Islam and the God of Christianity. Some people say that Muslims and Christians are all following the same God. They do not know that the texts in Islam are introducing a different God than in Christianity. For this reason, I want to compare the words of the Quran with the Bible so that you can see the great difference between the God of Islam and the God of Christianity. The first difference between the God of Islam and the God of Christianity is that the God of Islam is unable to help people. As I discussed in my previous talk, the God of Islam is believed to be non-relational by the Quran and Muslim scholars. He therefore cannot build relationships in order to help. You may say that though the God of Islam does not build relationships personally, he sends his angel to relate and help. This is the wrong philosophy. Why? Because if the angel is relational, then he cannot have relationship with the non-relational God and be his messenger to humanity. An impersonal God cannot have any personal messenger. So you can see that the God in Islam cannot be expected to help because of his nature. But the God of Christianity is able to help. The God of the Bible is a personal, relational, functional God and can help people. In the book of Isaiah chapter 45, verse 2, the Christian's God says, I will go before you and will level the mountains. So you see that God is walking with his people. God has created humanity for a purpose. To give purpose to our lives, God's continuous personal presence and guidance are necessary. The words such as presence and guidance can only be used for a relational God, not for non-relational gods. That's why the apostles of Jesus Christ wrote that they witnessed the revelation of God. The apostle John says that God became flesh, lived among us, and we saw his glory, full of grace and truth. So you see that the God of Islam is unable to reveal himself to help, but the God of Christianity is the revealing God by nature, reveals himself in order to help, save, and guide people personally. Now the second difference is that the God of Islam is the creator of good and bad, whereas the God of Christianity is only the creator of good things. The God of Islam is called mighty in creating both good and evil and for inspiring sin in humankind and corrupting them. The God of Christianity is called mighty only for good deeds. His nature is totally holy and righteous. He cannot even think about corrupting people or creating sin. Surah Al-Hadid, verse 22, Surah Al-Araf, verse 16, Surah Shams, verse 8, all in the Quran confirm that the God of Islam designed all misfortune, sin, and corruption from eternity and brought them into existence in creation. But the God of the Bible is far from designing, planning, or creating sin and corruption. The loving, righteous, just, peace-loving, and kind God cannot corrupt people. His job is to purify them. If the God of Islam is the creator of untruth and sin, he will not be genuinely able to call people to truth or guide them in truth. By attributing untruth and sin to God, the Quran is misleading people. The creation of sin is sin in itself. So the God of Islam is therefore a sinner, whereas the true God cannot be a sinner. Secondly, people will see no reason for avoiding sin since the God of Islam was unable to avoid it. If a God has created sin for people, why shouldn't people open their hearts to sin? A sin-creating God is an obstacle to the spread of truth in a society. In reality, the truthful God cannot create untruth and sin because of his holy nature. Therefore, the God that the Quran is portraying is not the true God.